September 2019, Nigeria launched her first national sexual offenders register. Prior to this, the only sexual offenders registers that existed were in Lagos and Ekiti State, and they were not regularly updated as required. Onto this topic, we will be discussing what the Nigerian National Sexual Offenders Register really means to every Nigerian. And to discuss on this topic, I have with me an amiable lady. She's also a legal practitioner and a member of the International Federation of Women Lawyers, Abuja branch, FIDA. You're welcome, Rahila Dauda.
Thank you, Juliet, for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Oh, thank you so much for coming on this episode.
Thank you for having me.
So, Rahila, what is a sexual offenders register?
Yes, the Sexual Offender Register is a documentation of tried, convicted, and reported cases of sexual abuses and violations as defined by the VAP Act, Violence Against Persons Act 2015. Okay. And some of the offenses are rape, okay, inflicting of injury, threat to life, female genital mutilation, forceful ejection from home, stalking, harmful widowhood practices, harmful traditional practices, spousal battery. There are quite a number. It's in the VAP Act. And then one thing I would like to reiterate is that rape now is not only against women. A man can also be raped. You know, the earlier laws is that only a woman can be raped in the criminal code and other laws. But now the VAP Act has accommodated a man too. So this Nigerian Sexual Offender Register is a documentation of any person who has been tried, reported, or convicted.
So the Sexual Offenders Register, you have to be convicted, you have to be prosecuted.
Yes, and then if you are tried too.
Okay, if you're tried, you're already in the register.
Yes, and if you are reported. But as for cases of tried and reported, it's not open to the public.
Okay.
It's only on demand. You know, the person has not been convicted yet.
Okay.
Yes. So, but still, it has been documented. Okay. For future references.
It's something everybody has been celebrating.
Of course.
Because it's a step forward to curb sexual violence in Nigeria.
It is. Because it's a, how will I even say, it's a platform whereby these violators are named and shamed.
So it's been a thing of joy to have the National Sexual Offenders Register launched, and I hope in little or no time it will be accommodated in every state. I think it's the state and federal level.
Yes,
correct me.
Yes. For now, the launch we had last month, it's a national one. It's accessible. It cuts across all the states. Okay. But as you earlier mentioned, Lagos and Ekiti State already have theirs
existing.
Yes.
Okay.
But this one was launched for national.
Okay. So, being launched as national, how soon can it be implemented? How soon can this state, or is it immediately?
Immediately, it has been implemented.
Okay, it's been implemented.
Yes, the website is up and running.
Okay, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. The National Sexual Offender Register is something everyone is currently celebrating, because it's been a long time coming. We've been hoping for this to happen, and having it happen, it's a big congratulations to
NAPTIP and other contributory agencies.
So that's beautiful, to the NAPTIP and other contributory agencies. And on that note, what does the existence of this Sexual Offenders Register mean to an average Nigerian?
The Nigerian Sexual Offender Register National Sexual Offender Register is a huge development, and to an average Nigerian, it's an avenue where you can report these cases. You know, because if you're having this problem, people don't like to speak up.
People don't speak up.
Yes.
Why would they speak up? Most times when they speak up, there's only one place they go to, the forces. And when they go to the authorities, the police and all that, sometimes they're even shamed.
In fact, even your own family members. We have cases of a child being molested and the mother is covering up.
No, that is something we've discussed so much on this, because the situation is the stigmatization and discrimination has made people to run into their shells.
Yes.
So
in fact, but you know, for this register now, you can do it privately. Nobody knows. You know, nobody knows you are reporting.
You don't even need to go straight to the police.
You can do it on your phone at the comfort of your home.
That's
and report all this.
beautiful.
So it's a huge development and it's a welcome development. And then, and what is it that I want to say? It's also, you know, let the whole world know who these perpetrators are.
That is the most beautiful part of it.
Yes,
That
there
is
was a case.
the most beautiful part of it is the fact that everybody knows who that person is.
We had
And
a victim in our office, I think last month or two, who came in. Okay, it was a neighbor of hers who molested a 3-year-old girl. And she told her husband she wants to go and report it. The husband said no, he doesn't want any problem. This woman still went ahead and reported this case. Do you know her husband beat her up when she came back home? You know, because he was away, she went to the police, and the police told him.
wow.
But for this, with this Nigerian Sexual Offender Register, she doesn't even need to tell anybody, just on her phone. Her name will not even be taken.
That
You
the
know,
privacy of the
yes,
reporter
is there.
is protected. The privacy of the reporter is protected. This is a very welcome,
It's a welcome development.
It's a beautiful development. Like every Nigerian, it is time to speak up. It is time to report cases of sexual abuse, especially when it has to do with children, because that is what our organization is all about.
And then
It's okay to speak up, you know, to reach out,
break
and
the silence.
break the silence, basically. And finally, Rahila, we want you to advise. We always have a section where we ask our guests to advise the general public, and this is that section. So we want you to advise the general public on this issue of the national sexual offender. We want them to know how they can take advantage of this development.
Okay. As we already stated, it is a welcome development and a huge step in fighting sexual violence, sexual offenses. So my advice to people out there is, please and please, break the silence. Don't cover up any cases of sexual offense. Whether the person is close to you, whether you're thinking your child will be stigmatized if you report.
Yeah, the part of stigma now, I think, is already
really
cut out
yes,
from what we're
yes,
discussing.
because the victim won't be named.
The victim
it's
won't be
only
named.
the perpetrator that will be named, you know.
Named and shamed.
And named and shamed, yes. So it's easily accessible. And apart from that also, on the website, there is a sexual, we have the sex service provider register too.
Okay.
Yes, so that as you are reporting a person, there are a list of associations, list of organizations, list of shelter homes whereby that person can go to.
Wow.
You understand? Yes. For example, now the International Federation of Women Lawyers, FIDA, we represent indigent and vulnerable women. So when you have such cases, you can just go to FIDA office. It's at Federal Ministry of Justice.
In Abuja?
Yes.
The FIDA office is at Federal Ministry of Justice in Abuja.
And we have other offices in states too. The national office is at Court of Appeal, you know. And then I know FHI, that's Family Health International, has a shelter home for abused women in Kurudu, you know. So these are some of the organizations that provide service to sexual victims.
Victims
you know.
of sexual violence.
Yes, yes. So I must say it is a huge step in the right direction, and Nigeria is getting there gradually. So if the website now, www.naptip.gov.ng,
Okay.
then you can also call.
Okay.
Yes, you can call.
So you
Start.
can call
Toll
and
free.
report.
Yes.
Toll-free line is displayed on the screen. You can call and report issues of sexual violence.
Yes. 0800 CALL NAPTIP.
Beautiful.
Yes, and then there's 6*627# for Airtel, Glo, and MTN subscribers.
That's beautiful.
Yes. So it's a huge step in the right direction.
And it's very complex. The complexity is really overwhelming, knowing that they put a lot of thought into making it very accessible.
Yes,
it is
people.
very, very accessible. Yeah.
And then the good thing is, you know, most even children have access to phones,
Yes.
so they can also be able to report any case of sexual violation.
We're going to leave a list of the shelter homes on the screen. Please, the numbers are there, the website is there. Feel free to access any of these materials to report any form of sexual violence. Now, this is not you're not just waiting for the victim to report. The bystander approach is still there. If you're out there and you see something going on, remember you're not going to be named.
Yes,
Make
only
that
the
call.
only the
Only the victim.
no, sorry, only the
Only the
perpetrator.
perpetrator will be named. Please make that call. Don't just stand by. If you stand by, you are also
an accomplice.
An accomplice. So if you stand by,
Yes.
also an accomplice. Please let us pick up
Let's
numbers,
break the
look out for
silence.
and break this silence and begin to speak up on issues of sexual violence. And on that note, I want to say thank you so much, Rahila, for coming on this episode. It
Thank
was
you
so
very
beautiful
much.
for me. It's something I share, I hold really very close to my heart, and then having it happen,
course.
I'm full of joy. I'm really happy, and as an organization, we really celebrate this welcome. We really celebrate this development, and thank you so
very
much for coming on this program. Thank you for giving us your views. Thank you for bringing all these materials to us. I mean, we've learned so much. We have resources to work with too. Thank you so much, Rahila.
Thank
and,
you for having me, and I
thank you
also
so-
appreciate NAPTIP for this giant strides, you know, in launching this Nigerian sexual
So
offender.
thank you to the
Thank
DG of NAPTI.
Yes, God
thank
bless
you
you,
so
ma'am.
much.
Yes,
Thank you. And with that, we have come to the end of this episode. Please remember, now you have access both on phone, online, and everywhere to reach out and report cases of sexual violence, especially when it has to do with sexual violence against children. Let us break this silence. Let's begin to speak up. Wherever you are, you see something happening somewhere, don't be a bystander. Speak up, call that phone, go to that website, report. You will not be named. And thank you so much for being on this episode with us. We hope we see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and then do have a lovely week. Bye.